Yo, what's up guys? You got PokeaimMD here with my round 2, my first round 2 battle of the Smogon Superstars tournament. Now, for round 1, if you guys missed it, there's a playlist down below, but I was paired, or put rather, in a pool of 5 people where I had to play ORAS OU. Now this round, I am playing Gen 4 OU or DPP OU. If you guys don't know, this is my favorite generation and my favorite tier of all time. DPP OU is my favorite tier of all time to play. It's where the name PokeaimMD, I guess, was born. And, well, I don't really want to say born. Yeah, the name PokeaimMD was made during this generation. I'm still the same person that I am in real life that I am on the internet. But, in any case, I'm playing Metagross for the first battle, or Metalgro, and I have a Metagross lead. He's leading Jirachi, I lead Metagross. Now, of course, this is Gen 4, so there's no team preview. All I see is Jirachi on his team, all he sees is my Metagross. Now, Jirachi as a lead, if he's going really old school, it could be Choice Scarf with Stealth Rock, U-Turn, Iron Head, and Trick / Ice Punch. That could be his set. Another set that's very common with Jirachi leads is the Occaberry set with Hidden Power, Ground, Thunderbolt, and Psychic. Either way, I think that my best play is going right for Earthquake right here, which is why I'm going to go for it. I want to get off damage on this Jirachi. It's a pretty big threat to my team, especially if it is running the Occaberry, as my team can't really handle it too well. So I'll go for the Earthquake as he ends up setting up Stealth Rock. I get off a hell of a lot of damage as he ends up bringing out his Starmie on my Stealth Rock. Now, Starmie is a Pokemon that in this generation, it lures in Tyranitar to Pursuit Trap it. It lures in Rotom Appliances because Rotom Wash, for example, is actually Electric and Ghost in this generation, not Electric Water. Same thing with all the other forms, they're all Electric Ghost, so they spin block Starmie. And it can also just learn Pokemon like bulky grass types, like I said, like Celebi or Tyranitar to Pursuit Trap. And also the fact that my Metagross is already at full HP, I kind of expect him to double out to something predicting my boom, or my explosion rather, because Starmie cannot knock out Metagross from full HP, and he does have that 20% Rachi after rocks, roughly 20%, a little bit less, that will come in. So Jirachi is going to come back in as I do predict him to double back, scouting for the explosion or trying to lure my explosion right there. As I get it correctly, as Starmie is going to come back out, and I'm just going to go right for the Earthquake right here as he is going to go for Rapid Spin. I don't want to boom just yet because I can beat this 1v1. My Metagross is actually not 2-hit KO'd by his Hydro Pump. I believe that's what my EV spread does. So hit him with an Earthquake as he goes for Rapid Spin. Now I decide that he might just go for Recover here, so I'm going to go for my Stealth Rock as he unfortunately misses a Hydro Pump, but that sucks completely. I don't think it would have 2-hit KO'd me, depending on... I'm pretty sure my spread is bulky enough not to be 2-hit KO'd by a non-Life Orb Starmie, but unfortunately I crit him with the next Earthquake, and in this generation, crits are not the same as Gen 6. They do 2 times the damage, not 1.5, so that's able to OHKO his Starmie, and that sucks for my opponent. Not only do I get a Brox, but his Starmie is dead, and I really felt bad, just because I've been on his side, and obviously this is a tournament, there's nothing I could do about that. But in any case, a Shaman is going to come out. Now, I am packing an Occaberry, so if he has HP Fire, it's not going to do much. It won't even 2-hit KO me after it burns my berry. And if he has Earth Power, he's more than likely running an offensive Shaman set. But if he's a defensive Shaman set, he might actually just go for Leech Seed or Substitute or Protect right here. I think Substitute or Protect would be his play if he's defensive, scouting for my explosion. So knowing that's more than likely going to happen, I'm actually going to go for Meteor Mash, because even if he was offensive, offensive Shaman likes to run Life Orb. So this is a max attack Metagross, so Meteor Mash would have done a hell of a lot even after his Life Orb damage. And he goes for Leech Seed right here, probably pretty convinced that I don't have Explosion, as I am going to click Explosion finally, and lead Metagross is able to get rid of 3 of my opponent's Pokemon. Definitely that crit on Starmie mattered, and at this point I'm actually going to bring out my Choice Scarf Jirachi because I figured I could revenge kill or even get the one up on anything that came in. He ended up bringing out Dugtrio, which isn't a bad play at all, because let's say I had a Heatran, for example, this would be the turn that I would send out Heatran. Why? Because Starmie is gone. Anything like Infernape could come out right now if I had those Pokemon. They would all be the Pokemon that I would most likely bring in right now, just because Starmie is gone. And Starmie being gone frees up a lot for a lot of Pokemon. So I can definitely understand his Dugtrio play, but he's more like the Choice Band. That's like the only set they run in DPP OU. And I am Choice Scarf, so I will be able to outspeed him and knock him out with the Ice Punch. I get a crit, did not matter. Dugtrio straight up dies this attack, as he is going to bring out his Raikou. Now his Raikou is actually shiny, and the second I saw this thing, I automatically thought in my head, Rash Nature Aura Sphere, 1-hit KO Tyranitar. Shout out to Gator, by the way, that was part of his Pokemon Cypher. But what that means is, there was a shiny event Raikou. It can only be Rash Nature, which is minus defense plus special attack. And I didn't want to switch directly into my Tyranitar, which I did have in the back, just in case he went like for a Calm Mind and then went for Aura Sphere or something like that. Then again, he could still be a Calm Mind variant even with Rash Nature, though you don't typically see that. So I was thinking, okay, he's either Specs, maybe potentially Scarf. I've seen Scarf Raikou with Aura Sphere because it outspeeds Flygon still. By 1 point, it can go for HP Ice. Also hits T-Tar and Heat Ram for a lot. But if he's Rash Nature, I didn't want to go directly into my Tyranitar, so I decided to go right for the Ice Punch one more time. I do outspeed him, so we know he is not Scarf, as that does nothing. That literally does 0. So he shows the Calm Mind. I know he's a bulky variant, more than likely sub Calm Mind, just based on the damage that Ice Punch did. So he definitely has some sort of HP investment. So I'm going to switch on to my Tyranitar, as he is going to go right for the sub. Sand is up now infinitely, and I know he's not Rash Nature, just based on the damage from the Ice Punch. So there's no way he has Aura Sphere. So I'm going to be able to go right for the Earthquake. Even if he gets a Paralysis, it won't matter because I do have a Lumberry, and I'll be able to knock him out with the second Earthquake. Does not get a crit right here, so able to knock out the Raikou. And I'm actually a Dragon Dance Tyranitar, not Choice Banded, but I played it. I clicked Earthquake twice just in case he had like a setup sweeper, like a Dragon Dance Dragonite in the back. Maybe an SD Scizor, though I guess SD Scizor wouldn't really help Tyranitar's case. But basically, if you want to try and set up with something as I'm locked in Earthquake, I could just switch and moves and knock it out. But he brings out Dragonite. He's going to be able to revenge kill me with the Extreme Speed, revealing that he is a Life Orb set. More than likely Life Orb 4 attacks or 3 attacks Roost, as I can now just go right out into my Jirachi and finish him off with an Ice Punch. So that's going to be a good game. Definitely the crit and miss on Starmie sucked, and made it a lot easier for me. But this is just my favorite generation, guys. I know that has nothing to do with that, and that really sucks for my opponent. I would have liked to see how it would have played out had Starmie not been crit. But in any case, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Stay tuned. I have 4 more battles coming up this round, and this is a generation that I am very passionate about. So I hope you guys all enjoy that. Maybe if you don't really like DPP, maybe I can change your mind. Who knows? What I really love about this is that you don't see your opponent's Pokemon until they come out, so you have to guess what they have, and you have to play accordingly. A Pokemon that's maybe at 12 HP might even be valuable just because you don't know what your opponent has. So you got to play, play smart, and I love this generation. I really do. But yeah, guys, hope you all enjoyed. Feel free to, of course, subscribe, leave a like if you did enjoy. If you didn't enjoy, I offended you in any way, leaving a like, supporting it, putting it on Twitter, all of the shows that you have been offended, and I am deeply, deeply sorry that you've been offended. Anyway, guys, later.